अगर तुम एक मर्द हो तो तुम्हें जीने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है। ऐसा मैं नहीं कह रहा, ऐसा कह रही है हमारी जुडिशरी सिस्टम। अभी रिसेंटली एक केस सामने आया है जहाँ पे एक बैंगलोर के टेकी ने अपनी खुद की जान ले ली, क्योंकि उसे इस पूरे सिस्टम में और पैसे नहीं डालने थे। उसके खुद के जो पैसे जा रहे थे कोर्ट के चक्कर काटने में, जज के पीछे, अपनी बीवी के एलिमनी के पीछे, वो उसे और नहीं करना था। तो उसने सोचा इट्स बेटर टू एंड हिज लाइफ। Atul Subhash, 34 years old, lost his life to faced false charges of murder, unnatural sex, and Section 498A, and others. 3 crore settlement demand despite giving 40,000 per month. Wife demanded 2 lakh per month for child support, herself employed at Accenture. A well established working woman has asked 2 lakhs per month for child support. Great. He said he was instigated by wife and a family to take this step. Surprisingly, according to him, judge repeatedly laughed at this. अब मैं कोई वीडियो नहीं दिखाने वाला. He had posted I think 84-minute video on YouTube, or it was on his drive. बट ना तो मुझे रिएक्ट करना है इन चीज़ों पे, ना मुझे, मैं देख भी नहीं पाऊँगा वो वीडियो, क्योंकि इट्स अ लिटिल टू मच फॉर मी एंड इट्स अ लिटिल टू क्लोज टू होम. मैं इस बारे में बात करूँगा. मेरे पे 2 किस्से हैं, वो मैं बाद में सुनाता हूँ. पहले लेट मी गेट इनटू द लास्ट विशेस ऑफ द पर्सन हु ended his life. So his first wish is all my case hearings should happen live, and people of this country should know about my case and learn the terrible state of the legal system and misuse of law these women are doing. Second is please allow this note and videos I have uploaded as my statement and evidence. Third is Rita Kaushik is a judge in Uttar Pradesh. I fear that she might tamper the documents, put pressure on witnesses, and can adversely affect other cases. Based on my experience, the Bangalore courts are relatively more law abiding than UP courts too. I request to run the cases in Karnataka in the interest of justice and keep her in judicial and police custody in Bangalore till the trial goes on. Below is the judgment on why below is the judgment on why justice is also seen to be done. I hope that it also applies to men. एक लिंक पेस्ट करा है उसके नीचे. Fourth, give custody of my child to my parents who can raise him with better values. Fifth, don't let my wife or her family come near my daddy. Sixth, don't do my asthi visarjan till my harassers get punished. If the court decides that the corrupt judge and my wife and other harassers are not guilty, then pour my ashes into some gutter outside the court. बाकी वही कि give maximum punishment to the harassers, to wake up the judiciary and urge them to stop harassment of my parent and my brother in false cases. There shall be no negotiations. My wife should not be allowed to withdraw cases to escape punishment unless she explicitly accepts that she has filed false cases. I predict that my wife will now start bringing my child to court to gain sympathy, which she didn't do before, to make sure that I can't meet my child. I request the court to not allow this drama. And last is the most heartbreaking one. Maybe my old parents should formally ask for euthanasia from the courts if the harassment and extortion continues. Let's formally kill the parents along with husbands in this country and create a black era in the history of the judiciary. Narratives won't be controlled by the system anymore. Times have changed, but have times really changed? That's the question. अब मैं ज़रा वो स्टेटमेंट थोड़ा सा पढ़ देता हूँ जहाँ पे ये इंस्टिगेशन ऑफ सुसाइड वाली बात आ जाती है. जो पहला है मैं उसी के बारे में बात करता हूँ. ही सेड मैम आप हाँ, ही सेड टू द जज, मैम आप अगर NCRB का डेटा देखो तो लाखों आदमी सुसाइड कमिट कर रहे हैं फॉल्स केसेस की वजह से. टू विच हिज वाइफ सेड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द जज, तो तुम भी सुसाइड क्यों नहीं कर लेते? टू विच द जज लाफ्ड एंड आस्क्ड माई, उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि द जज लाफ्ड एंड आस्क्ड माई वाइफ टू गो आउटसाइड. वेरी फनी, वेरी हिलेरियस, ग्रेट. एंड देन ही मेड अ वीडियो जहाँ पे स्टेट्स कि आई शुड नॉट continue paying the judge, the system, my wife any more money, which are taking my child away from me, who are putting false cases on me. क्योंकि इसमें ही आगे जाके जज एक जगह पे कह रहा है कि हम एडजस्ट करेंगे, मैं 5 लाख लूँगी और मैं सेटल करा दूँगी. तो he does not want to continue this entire thing, and which is why he ended his life. And that's the narrative that men get in this country, and that's about it. और कुछ है नहीं. यही है हमारे देश की मर्दों की सच्चाई. अभी मैंने कुछ वीडियोस पहले एक वीडियो बनाई थी जहाँ पे आई टॉक्ड अबाउट हाउ मैन शुड बी अप्रिशिएटेड फॉर डूइंग द बेयर मिनिमम थिंग व्हेन यू एक्सपेक्ट टू अप्रिशिएट वुमेन इन दो सिचुएशंस एज वेल. एंड आई मेंशन कि मर्द मर जाते हैं एलिमनी देते देते. मर्दों के ऊपर सारी चीज़ आ जाती है और उसके बाद फिर मर्द मर जाते अकेले, लोनली लाइक हिमसेल्फ. और किसी को फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि कहाँ है आउटरीच, कहाँ है कैंडल मार्चेस, कहाँ है प्रोटेस्ट्स, कहाँ है सरकार के ऊपर उंगली उठाना, कहाँ है सिस्टम के ऊपर उंगली उठाना. कोई बात नहीं कर रहा है इस बारे में. फेमिनिस्ट तो छोड़ दो. जब देश में कैलकाटा वाला जैसा सीन हुआ था वैसा कुछ होता है, तब द फेमिनिस्ट गेट राइल्ड अप as well as the men do alongside them. Everyone is outraged by something like that when it happens in a country. But जब मर्दों के ऊपर कुछ ऐसा होता है, the feminists are silent. They don't care. The system doesn't care. It won't change anything. सबने वीडियो बना ली इस बारे में, मतलब सबने बात कर ली इस बारे में. लक्ष्य की मैंने स्टोरीज देख ली, शान भाई की मैंने स्टोरीज देख ली, श्वेताब ने वीडियो बना दी, पीपॉय ने 3-4 वीडियो बना दी इस बारे में. बट क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है? किसी को फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, किसी को फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. बट ये वीडियो इज़ अ लिटिल डिफरेंट बिकॉज आई वुड लाइक टू टॉक हार्ट टू हार्ट विथ माई ओन केस, विथ माई ओन लाइक एक्सपीरियंस इन माई ओन फैमिली. 2 इंस्टेंसेस है, बहुत सिंपल इंस्टेंसेस है, मैं नाम किसी का नहीं लूँगा, बट फैमिली के बारे में बात है. तो here's how it goes. A very close member of my family is divorced, and she decided, and she got divorced back in 2008, and she decided not to take any alimony from her husband. She was earning 13,000 a month back then, and she could have easily asked for alimony for herself and her child, and she did not. She decided to go solo. She decided to take care of the child. She decided to earn for herself and take the entire responsibility on herself, no matter how hard it gets, without taking any money from her ex-husband. ऐसा केस भी है. That is one side of the spectrum, where the woman decides to take all the responsibility on herself and not include the ex-husband into the scenario anymore, and just wants to cut off any and every relationship with the past. The second one is a very tragic one. A very close member of my family woke up one morning, police at his doorsteps, and the ex-wife. Police barged in, they took him away, they put him in jail for a couple months, I don't remember because it's tragic. So a month or 2, I would say. And he was in jail for a month or 2 for a false case. And I would say it's a false case because the case on him was of the same as unnatural as this case of unnatural sex. And that couldn't have happened because he had skin cancer. He never had a child. He could not physically get intimate with his partner, with his ex-wife, and could not have a child. His entire 55 years of life, he did not have a child because of his skin condition. He used to rub Vaseline petroleum jelly all over his body in order to stop the itching from the skin tearing up. ये मेरे अभी होठ में ये हो रखा है, विंटर का सीजन चल रहा है ना, तो इसके चक्कर में मेरी फटी पड़ी, मुझसे बात नहीं करा जा रहा सही से क्योंकि ये हो रखा है मेरी स्किन में, मेरे मेरे एक सेंसिटिव एरिया में. एंड हिज एंटायर बॉडी यूज टू बी फ्लेकी एंड shed, and he had to put Vaseline all over his body, including the intimate area, which is why he never was intimate with his wife, ex-wife, but still he got a case. And that case dragged on for a long time, costing his life. At the end of his life, he was lonely, like I've mentioned before, and like we see in this case as well. He suffered a couple of cardiac arrests and he went into coma and then he passed away, lonely by himself. And I'm saying this because that's the general blueprint of every man who gets stuck in a situation like this, where false cases happen and then justice is nowhere to be found. And it's very common. This is a statistical count. The person in my family was a statistical count. कुछ नहीं बदलेगा. तुम प्रोटेस्ट कर लोगे तब भी कुछ नहीं बदलेगा. तुम इक्वालिटी की बात कर लोगे तब भी कुछ नहीं बदलेगा. मैंने अभी रिसेंटली एक किसी का पोस्ट देखा, किसी फेमिनिस्ट का पोस्ट देखा कि laws are made to protect women from men. The day they will not need protection from men, that day things will change. And this was based on this case. This was the reaction of her on this case. A man has ended his life and the agenda is still running in the feminist community. So I believe that's great. I believe that's exactly how this should happen, and nothing will change. It's just disgusting and it will continue to be disgusting. Congratulations if you are a man, and I hope the end of your life will be better than this. That's about it. So on a lighter note, since this entire video has been on a very light note and this entire situation is very light, I've started a second channel. If you want पुष्पा का रिव्यू, you can go there and watch that. कल डाला था and nothing has been going on in my mind since then because I have read into this situation. तो अगर वो देखना है वो देख लेना if you want something light. But इस वीडियो के लिए इतना ही है. Nothing is going to change. Nothing will change. And all the best. Bye.